And welcome back to Daily Wrap. Before we get going here, we want to hear your thoughts on the issues we're talking about tonight. Go to newsmaxtv.com/comments and let us know. All right, it's potluck time. It's part of the show. We go around the table, share our favorite stories of the day. Age before beauty. Unger puts you
That would
first.
be me. So this goes under the department of be careful what you wish for. Now this is going to come as a shock to some of my co-panelists here, which is precisely why I chose to do this story tonight. But according to the CBO and a report issued today, were we to repeal Obamacare, it would end up extending the United States deficit at the low end $137 billion and at the expected amount of $350 billion. Let me repeat that. If we were to repeal Obamacare, get rid of it, it will cost the deficit $350 billion. Now, you may be wondering how that could possibly make sense. I mean, after all, you get rid of the subsidies, you're saving a ton of money, and that's absolutely true. But what people forget is that there are other things included in the law that raise money, and this is how the projections were all done. For instance, what we pay hospitals under Medicare was dramatically sliced when the ACA was passed. That would go away. The taxes that are raised, the Cadillac plans, all of these different things that come with the deal that raised revenues would disappear. So now all of a sudden we have a situation where the Republicans are not only freaking out about what they're going to do if the Supreme Court, either next week or the week after, because they're running out of time, should they decide that all those subsidies are going to go away in states that do not run their own healthcare exchanges, then the Republicans, some of them are going to want to repeal the law. If they do, get ready to see us go in the hole another $350 billion, or to do something because a lot of people are going to be suffering. The bottom line here is this news just keeps getting worse and worse and worse for the anti-Obamacare foes, and I don't see anybody coming up with anything that's going to change that. Now, this is when we hear from our friends over here who are going to have something to say about it.
No,
Andrew?
the Hill's reporting that they lost $3 billion in Obamacare payments. And they said we're solving or have solved the problem. That's like we're saving or creating jobs. They aren't solving anything.
You're right, but
if
that's
they
not
were
speaking to the issue.
I think Tom and I would be in agreement that if the intent was to have every citizen of this republic have access to the subsidies, then they should have put that in the law in the
I'm not
first
disagreeing,
place.
but again, not speaking to the subject. The point here is if we lose Obamacare, if it is revoked, gone away, it will actually increase our deficit $350 billion.
That's if you think the government should be spending on health care.
Tom?
Look, you know, people care about their wallets, all right? This is a non-story, and it's a non-story because for many Americans, particularly middle-class Americans, healthcare has gone up. And the cost of healthcare has gone up, and they know that taxation has gone up. Doctors are making less. We're going to have a shortage of doctors in this country because of this law. The law, by the way, hasn't survived. It's already been changed 40
none of that
times.
explains why this would be a non-story. I didn't realize
It's a non-story because
I didn't realize that $350 billion increase in the deficit is just
Whose
a
study is
non-story.
that? Whose is that?
The CBO.
Okay.
Requested
and how
by
does
the Republicans.
CBO work? How does the CBO
What do
work?
you mean, how do they work?
Well, they're told one way or the other to score in the parameters of the people
And
telling them what to score.
who was telling them how to do it?
It could be the Republicans.
It was.
But you have to remember
You
that
may have heard the Republicans now have
all
the
of those
majority of the
promises of a
House.
$2,500 drop were also based on a lie. Just like if you like your doctor, if you like your plan.
You're just you guys are having trouble staying with the point.
Look,
$350 billion worth of additional deficit. You're questioning the CBO. The things they were given by the Republicans who now happen to control Congress. They're the ones who would give it to them. You're saying it's a non-story. I may be a Democrat, but when I hear an additional $350 billion added to the deficit, that's a real story to me.
I think the one smart thing that Republicans have done, at least in the response to this, to say, okay, we're going to allow these subsidies to continue for 2 years. And if I do my math correctly, that's until 2017.
Yeah, but not all of them are saying that, and that's the problem. There are Republicans out there who want to solve this crisis by kicking, if it becomes a crisis, by kicking the can down the road past an election.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
and I won't blame them for that. Obama did the same thing. I
we
absolutely acknowledge that. But that doesn't mean that it's going to happen happen because you have those same Republicans in the House who feel, and most importantly, you have people running for president who are Republicans who can hang up a bill in the Senate who can't afford to take that point of view.
The problem is
they've
the
got
federal
to
government
very
being
quickly,
involved.
very quickly, and we got to move on, unfortunately, to something that's the exact opposite of what we're talking about right now. Or maybe it's not, because it does involve health care. North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un claims his country has found a cure for, get your pencils ready, AIDS, Ebola, and cancer. It's true. According to the official announcement on the Korean news website, the new injectable wonder drug called Kumdang-2 is made up of ginseng grown from fertilizer and a mix of other ingredients that cannot be revealed. So, I think we have Kim Jong-un, actually a couple of pictures of him as far as the miracle cure. There he is. Yeah, of course, he is a doctor. What else does he do in his spare time? Yes, he's also a runner as well, which is outstanding, and a tremendous golfer. I believe he shot a 47. Yes. Not even front nine. Whole course.
He shot a 47.
He is incredible. So, Kim Jong-un has just cured basically everything. Up next, it's next for Yay or Nay. Stay here.